Welcome back to another Waynos Photos video, and today we're going to be talking about soft light. Now, we all know that you can get a cob light and you can get a softbox, and you can put a softbox, and that's what I'm using right here. I've got a softbox facing me. I've got a grid on it as well to keep the light fairly contained, and I've got a couple of lights in the background. I've got a panel light over there lighting up my Blazer Remus anamorphic box to give it a bit of a golden look, and I've got some LED lights I've got from Coles. They're cheap as chips. And I've got a tube light over there, which is a nanolight, just lighting the back wall. So I've got this lighting effect, and I'm using a softbox, and that gives me soft lighting on my face. But softboxes do have a number of disadvantages. And one of the things is I've got this one sitting on a bench, and it takes up quite a bit of space. And because they're long, and those parabola type ones are even longer, and the bigger they get, the more space they take up. And also, they're harder to get higher up if you've got a cheap stand, which I've got right in the background. I've just got this cheap stand. I think they're around about $50 or less. And this particular one is from Nanolite. And the lights that I'm using, my 60 watt Forza lights, are nanolights. And if you buy the ones that aren't the Forza, you buy the other ones, they're actually pretty cheap. So you can buy a cob light pretty cheap, and you get a light stand. And what we're going to do today is we're going to work out how to do some soft lighting without using a softbox, but using a different method where we use umbrellas, which are more common to photography, but you can use them for video, get a really, really soft light. And it's almost as soft as a book leaf or a sheet where you put in front of it, because the umbrellas can be enclosed and you're not shining the light directly at the person like you are with a softbox, which does have a bit of a soft spot. If I pull my hand here right in the middle, you can see my hand's a bit brighter than my face, because softboxes do have a hot spot, and you do tend to want to feather them, which means turn them away from you so the light's a bit softer. So they have a number of disadvantages. So what we're going to do today is let's get over there and let's set up that light, and let's see if we can get a really soft light on me with a cheap umbrella, a cheap stand, and just using a 60 watt Forza light, which is pretty cheap. Well, here we have a pretty cheap, this is a Nanlite stand, and this is their real budget one. I think they're like even under $50 Aussie. They've got cheap plastic items here, so if you over tighten them, you can break them. You can't really tighten them up that tight. The base is pretty budget. They're not got a big base, but they're very light. And if you're running gun filmmaker, they're great to use. And this video is about getting soft light and doing it pretty cheap. So I want to use a budget stand. So you can get these, for all those people out there budget conscious, we can get this stand here, and we can use this to get us soft light, because we're going to be using umbrellas. They're very, very light and they work very well. But you do need to have a device that will allow you to use an umbrella. Now, Nanlite and all the other brands, you didn't really have these. This one here is it's got a hole in it for your umbrella. You need to have one of these, and your light clips on it. This fits the Nanlite, the small bayonet type system, and it's got a little screw on it to put your umbrella in. So we need to put that on first. So we put this on and we just screw it up, and it's got an adjuster here so you can tilt it whichever way you want, right? So we'll bring that down so we can see what we're doing here. Okay, so now I'm just going to go and get a little Nanlite. Well, this one here I'm using is a Nanlite Forza 60, and these things are pretty. This version's a bit more expensive than the one that is not battery operated. I've got this plugged in, but if you buy the one that is just runs off the power, it's a lot cheaper. But if you want something that's portable, you can use this as well, and you can use the battery adapter and run off some Sony NP batteries. So the batteries can add up. The batteries are not super cheap. So if you want to go the battery option, it does make this setup a little bit more expensive, but using the cob lights, even with a softbox, that comes out the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this little reflector off, pop that down over here, and we're going to clip this into our little adapter here that we've got. Okay, there we go. We got it. And these lights are great. They're very, very tiny. I've just got like a little box that I carry my lighting in. So if you run and gun, these little Forza lights are fantastic. But a lot of the brands are doing these very tiny lights now, and they're very handy. So there we go. We've got the mount that will allow us to put an umbrella on, and we're going to now get an umbrella and put it on. Now, when we get like a normal umbrella, which is just like this one right here, this is really cheap. I think I bought this from a photography shop. Paid something like between 10 and 50. I think I paid $13 for an Aussie. So very, very cheap. You can pick these things up. They're incredibly cheap umbrellas. So compared to a softbox, you can save yourself a lot of money. So we put this in here. I'm just going to unscrew the little umbrella holder out, and once we've got that in, we can slide it in. So this is just a straight umbrella. It's not an enclosed umbrella, so it gives you a much stronger light. So you can adjust this to get it how you want. And the beauty of an umbrella is the light is not facing towards the subject. It's facing away from the subject. So if I put this on and I hit it, I can, oh, hang on a sec. I've just got me in sorts of all patterns. So let's turn it off. So I only touch the left-hand dial when you're working with nanolite. So as you can see here, I can adjust this light, and I can make it quite soft. I just move the microphone over here a little bit. So I'm talking, and I can put this towards me, and I can even put it out and face it towards me. And the beauty of the umbrella is also you can get the stand a lot higher because the umbrella is sitting above the light. Whilst with a softbox, you have the softbox sitting in front, so it sits lower. So when you use the umbrella, it's lighter, much a lighter setup, so you don't have so much of a problem with the cheap stands tipping over. And two, you can get the light higher, even though the stands don't go that high because the umbrella sits above the light and the light is facing away. So as you can see, we've got a soft light. I'll just turn off my softbox that's facing me so you can get an idea of just how the umbrella is working. So now we've got just the umbrella shining on me, and I can adjust that. And even though we're just using a cob light, the light's quite soft, and I can put it out of the picture. I can put it away from the picture. I can even make it a little bit higher. And as you can see, I've got the light quite high, and I can adjust it around, and it gives you quite a soft light onto the person. So if you wanted to have something like this, then you can have quite a soft light shining on. This is just my microphone stand here, guys, so you can hear me, and like to keep very good sound when I make my videos. So that's at 80%. That's a 60 watts. So if I put it up to full power, that's full power, right? And if I want to turn it down, I can make the light quite soft. As you can see here, it's quite a soft image. And you can see the lights in the background are starting to come in. So it's a very, very soft light from just using an umbrella. The only negative I can see with using the umbrella is the fact is that it's not as directional. It spreads out a lot more. So you need to consider that when you're using it. Unlike a softbox, you can't put a grid on it. So this is just a straight umbrella, and as I said, dirt cheap, but you need to have the bracket. But even these brackets are not that expensive. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use an enclosed umbrella. They're a bit more expensive, but still pretty damn cheap compared to a softbox. Much less than half price. So let's get this umbrella out, and let's put a different umbrella in. So we'll get this down, and we will drop the power supply. Let's hang that back up there. So we'll just take this light out, this umbrella off. Put that one away. And we'll just put up an enclosed umbrella. Now these ones give a much softer light. This one's actually really, really great for photography if you're doing a group. But we'll just get this one in, and as you can see here, it's enclosed. So we put that up there, same deal, put it in the hole, and we just slide this down like as if we were using it for photography, and let's screw it up. And then what we can do is we can put the light and enclose it over the lamp. And as you can see, this one here is much, much, much softer. Very, very soft indeed. Let's put it up a bit higher. And it gives a really nice soft feel. I just pushed a little thing up to enclose it over the light. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but I'll see if I can bring it down so you can see. It's fully enclosed umbrella. Gives it extremely soft light. Now, I'll just pop that over the side there so it's out of the way. Now, as you can see now, very, very soft light, extremely soft light that we can use to light our subject. And I'm just turning the light up. And you don't get any hot spots using this type of technique because the lights are not facing you. They're facing away from you. They're facing into the umbrella. So this is a very cheap way. You just need to have a cob light. You can buy yourself a cheap cob light, and you can just buy yourself a cheap stand. Umbrella's dirt cheap. Get yourself extremely soft light, and if you've ever used softboxes, you know they have a hot spot. These things don't have a hot spot. So that's it, guys. That's the video for today. How to get really soft lighting on the cheap using umbrellas, which are not only for photography, but for video as well. So that's the video. I'll see you next vid, guys. Take care.